and welcome to today's class, an upper body and core focus class. I'm going to be using light weights. They're 3 pounds. You can use anywhere from 1 to 5 pounds, I would say, is a good range, or no weights at all. Just work with your body's own resistance. Let's go ahead and get started. Bend into your knees, grab your weights, bring one weight in each hand, and then walk your feet hips width distance. Soften through your knees, tuck your tailbone under slightly, roll your shoulders up to your ears and down your back. A couple more times, inhale up and exhale down, just warming up a little bit. Last time here. Good, let's reverse that shoulder roll, take it up to the ears, round them forward and relax back. 2 more times up, round forward and relax back. Last one here. Good, just finding that range of motion, good. Now pack the core in tight, hug the ribs and draw the low belly in, tucking the tailbone under. Send your palms forward, relax your shoulders down, start with a bicep curl. Good, I want you to come up like 80% and then all the way down. So not all the way up and into the cap of the shoulder, but really articulate that extension all the way down, as long and as straight an arm as possible, and then up almost all the way, but not quite. Just really trying to lengthen the muscle on the way down, and a little bit of added challenge as you contract on the way up, controlling that range of motion really precisely. Keep the rest of the body nice and still. So notice if you're kind of rocking back and forth, stay solid here in place, nice and stable. Taking it up and down, good, and find that resistance. Let's go for 4 like this. All the way down. For 3, hug those elbows in tight. 2, last one here, we'll take it to a lateral curl. Flip the forearms out to the side, all the way down and up about 85%. Good. So all the way up and down. Working the lateral head of the biceps, still soft in the knees. Good. Relaxing the shoulders down. Exhale, draw up. Inhale, resist all the way down. Let's go for 4 more here, and then we're going to combo those 2 moves. Really warming up here through the length of the arm. Let's go for 2. Last one. Good. So for the combo, we take it to the front. Lengthen all the way. Rotate out and up. Lengthen all the way. Good. So front, lengthen, lateral, lengthen. Good. So really exploring the mobility in that shoulder joint as well. Keep the shoulder blades drawn together in the back of the body, and the rest of the body nice and still. Exhale in, inhale, lengthen. Good. Let's go for 4 and curl. 3 and curl. Last one here and curl. Good. Moving on, we're going to keep the left arm facing forward. Take the right arm out to the side and find a curl on either side. So left side is a front curl, right side is a lateral curl. Keep the shoulders square, the hips square. Notice if you start to lock out in your knees, soften through the knees, keep that blood flowing, keep the work in the muscles and out of the joints. Good. Let's go for 4 more here. Really starting to feel the biceps already right away. Last 2. Good, last one. Now we're going to hold that right lateral bicep curl here. Isometric hold here at 90 degrees. And we're going to move through that left side. So we're going to curl it straight up, rotate through the palm, press it up, narrow press, tricep extension, return through that narrow press, and lengthen down. Let's go again. It's curl, narrow press, tricep extension, hug it in, and lengthen down. And just that isometric hold on the right side there. So just working through strength and stability as you hold, and strength, stability, and mobility as you move on the opposite side. Notice if your ribs start to flare, your back starts to arch, or anything else starts to adjust. Bring yourself back to that proper alignment, not form, shoulders over hips, knees are soft, ribs are drawn in, shoulders down away from the ears. All right, let's go for 3. Press, extend, reach, draw it in, and lengthen. Here's 2. I know it's like a complicated move here, but it's really good to challenge our brains in that way as well. Last one here. Go ahead and stick with that tricep extension. Good, let's go for 5. Maybe take that opposite arm out just a few inches to challenge you. Good for 3, 2, 1, and draw it in. Lengthen both arms. Step your right toes out to the side, left heel to the back corner of your mat, coming into a triangle position in your lower body. Flip your right palm to face forward, draw your left hand into your shoulder, and extend your left arm all the way up. Take a tiny micro bend in your front knee, and then slide your right hand down your shin, keeping your left weight directly over your shoulder. Good, and then stack yourself back up again. So still working through the upper body, but this is where the core starts to really get involved in our class. Really firing up those obliques. It's super helpful to keep your gaze up at your extended arm to maintain your weight over your shoulder. The second your weight starts to travel away from you or even overhead, you lose a little bit of core work and you start to get into your neck and your shoulder a little bit more, which can kind of be uncomfortable. And you'll notice I'm moving fairly slowly here, and that is the point. I want to resist all the way up and all the way down so that this feels like really loaded work, even though I only have 3-pound weights, right? It feels pretty heavy to lift myself all the way back up, stacking shoulders over the hips, standing tall at the top. Good, let's go for 3 more. Keep the chin up off the chest. Nice. Last one here. Good. And then go ahead and bend into your right knee. Send your weight forward toward the top of your mat. Hug your weight into your shoulder. Rotate shoulders square to the top mat as you extend. And we'll find some archers here. So we'll draw the elbow back, extend, bend, and rotate square. Good. So we're rotating through the ribs, still working through the obliques, still working through the core. Finding that mobility through the thoracic spine. Good. And then, of course, still working chest, back, and shoulders. Always an option to drop your weight, so keep that in mind as well. Let's go for 3 more. Drive it back, extend, bend, return. Here's 2. Extend, bend, return. Last 1. Extend, bend, return. Using your core, lift yourself up, heel toe your feet back underneath your hips. Soften through your knees, tuck your tailbone under, flip your palms forward, right back into our bicep curls. Good, so again, 85% on the way up and then full extension on the way down. Hug your arms in close to your side body, draw your ribs in toward the midline. Stabilize the rest of your body and find your breath here. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, draw the weights up 85%, and you hug the abdominal wall in deeper and tighter to try to make this as much a core exercise as possible. Good, and then slow down the movement because it's never a race, and sometimes the challenge is in the tempo. I'd rather you have less reps with quality, I should say, than more reps that are sort of hurried and your form is compromised, right? Let's go for 4. Good. Exhale up, inhale down. Last 2. Last 1. Here we take it to that lateral bicep curl. 85% on the way up, full extension. Good. See if you can lighten your grip on your weights too, so that the tension really stays throughout the muscles of the arms, the forearms and the biceps, shoulders a little bit, and not so much through the wrist and the finger joints. And then try to draw the shoulder blades close together on the back of the body while you hug your ribs in toward the midline. So everything is in and up, front of the body and back of the body. Good. Let's go 2 more. We'll find that combo. Nice. Let's find that combo. It's 1 to the front, full lengthen, 1 to the side, full lengthen. Good. It's up and in. And this is where you really want to check in with that stability. Still soften the knees, tucking the tailbone under slightly, drawing the low belly in and up. Good, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Nice, let's go for 4 more of these combos. Pull and push away. Drag it up and press it down. For 2. Good. Last one here. Nice. Now that right arm is going to stay long. That left arm is going to come out to the side. Isometric lateral hold. And then we're going to work, full range actually. We'll take it full range and then we'll hold. Got to even out those arms. So keeping the shoulders square. Everything else nice and steady. Good. We draw in and lengthen long. Draw it in and lengthen. We'll go for 4 and then we'll find that hold. Here's 3. Last 2. Last one. Good. Now we hold that left arm out at 90 degrees. Right arm comes all the way long. We're going to hug it in, flip the palm, narrow press, tricep extension, draw the weight back into the shoulder, and lengthen long, rotate to the front. So it's curl, press, bend, extend, draw it in, and reach. Good. Curl, press, bend, extend, draw it in, and reach. Take your time here. Don't rush through it. If you rush through it, you're going to lose your ribs. Make sure they're hugging in, right? You're going to lose your stability, and you're likely going to be swinging through your joints. And we want to avoid that, right? We really want to move intentionally, working deeply into the muscles. Good. Bend, extend, hug it in. Let's go. 3 more. You got it. Pull, press, bend, extend, draw it in, and lengthen. Last 2. Press, ribs stay in, chin stays up. Good. Last 1. Good. And then hold that tricep extension. See if you can take that opposite arm out a few inches, just challenging that hold. Let's go for 4. Exhale, press 3. Here's 2. Last one, nice work, draw it in. Pivot your left toes out. Take your right heel to the back corner, finding that triangle pose in your legs. Left arm comes long. Weight comes into your shoulder and then extend straight up over your shoulder. Palm faces forward. Micro bend in that left knee. Inhale to take it down. Exhale to lift, stack your shoulder. So be sure that you're coming all the way up, right? Stacking shoulders on top. Adjust the width of your feet if you need to. Keep your gaze up if you can, right? To maintain that weight directly over your shoulder so that you're really challenging those obliques as much as possible. And again, it's just a few pounds of weight, but it feels like such a heavy load when you slow it down and you force yourself to come all the way back up stacked, standing nice and tall. Keep your chin up and your neck long. Let's go for 4. And exhale, stack. Here's 3, down, and exhale, lift all the way up. Last 2. Good, last 1. All the way up. Good, and then we're gonna take our left foot out a little bit further, bend into the knee, draw the weight into the shoulder, rotate forward here, lengthen through that right arm, drive that elbow back, press the weight straight up, bend, and return. Good, so we draw back like an archer. Sometimes they're called lawnmowers too. Either one works. Good. I'm not heavy into archery, nor am I into yard work. I am into this, so this counts, right? Let's go for 3. Also, just a reminder that yard work is a workout, right? 2. Nice. Last one. Reach, bend, lengthen. Use your core to lift all the way back up. Nice work. Go ahead and set your weights to the top corner of your mat. Step back to the back of your mat. Feet come underneath your hips. Take a deep breath in. Reach your arms up. Draw your chin to your chest. Roll down through your spine. Hang out here in a standing forward fold for a little bit. If there's any tension that's built in the neck, the shoulders, or the low back, take a moment here to sort of find space there. and release. Let your arms swing in and around and out. Let your head hang heavy. Take a big inhale and a full exhale. And then bring your knees up to the top of the mat. Bend your knees. Walk your hands out to plank and hold. So we're going to get into some elevators here. Coming from full arm plank to forearm plank. Always an option to take this on your knees as well. Note that you're not really on your kneecaps. When you do this, you're shifted forward more towards the top of your thighs, right? So you're a nice long line. From here, we're going to drop the left forearm down, right forearm down. Left hand comes up, right hand comes up, and then we switch. We drop it down, down. So you switch the hand that you lead every time. It's an option to widen your stance to help stabilize your hips. What we're looking for are hips not wibble wobbling side to side so much, right? We want to try to keep them as stable and square as possible. You want to press your palm into the mat right where your elbow just was. So kind of use that as a guide. Good, let's go one more round. Even out those sides. And then stay in that forearm plank. From here, we're going to take the knife edge of the feet down, drop the hips to the right, keep the shoulders square. Exhale, lift back to center. Inhale, drop down to the left. Exhale, lift back to center. So twisting through the waist, keeping the upper body nice and square. Chin stays up off the chest. Try not to hike your hips high through center. Just come back to that forearm plank. Let's go for 4 and 3, 2, 1. Back to center and hold. Tuck your tailbone under, shift your weight slightly forward, pick your chin up, breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, drop your knees, sink your hips back to your heels, stretch your arms forward, take a deep breath in, and a full breath out. Nice work. Good, let's roll it up to seated. Grab your weights for C curve. So weights are optional always. And if it feels like too much, oops, my air kicked on. Oh, forgot to turn it off. Can't make this stuff up with lives, just something always happens. All right, so bending into the knees, one weight in each hand. Bring your weights into the center of your chest. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, tuck your hips under. Tip your pelvis back and scoop your belly in and up. Notice that if you're rounded through your upper back, relax your shoulders. Your spine is extended and your tailbone is tucked under. Feet are rooted into the floor. So if you feel like your feet are hovering off the floor, adjust where they are so you feel anchored, right? Lift your elbows high and wide, and then take your hands out a little bit further over your knees. Inhale, lean back an inch, open your arms. Exhale, come back to start. So notice I didn't come back and then all the way up and out of my position. I came back to my starting position, which is a contracted abdominal wall. Everything is working, everything is tense. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull. So try to even make the lean and the lift smaller and focus on the arm movements, because as long as you're tucking your pelvis under and you're maintaining that abdominal contraction, you're working the abs. The arms are just adding a layer of challenge to holding that contraction in, and then of course also working the shoulders, the chest, and the back. Keep the elbows lifted high. Let's go for 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Let's go ahead and drop one weight. Keep one weight in your right hand. Walk your feet out just a little bit and separate your legs. We're going to weave the weight underneath the right thigh, lean back and press it up through that left hand, and then send it back. We're going to sit up just slightly, weave it underneath the right thigh, press up, return. We weave, switch, press, return. So the rest of my body isn't really moving too much, right? I come up slightly as I weave, come back down to that challenge zone, press it up. Good, so we weave, switch, press, return. Good, weave, switch, press, return. We have 2 more. Weave, switch, press, return, weave, switch, hold here, just press. Option, take your opposite arm nice and long, go for 4, and 3, exhale, push, 2, and 1, right away, switch sides. Weight comes into the right hand, sit up slightly, weave it behind the left thigh, switch to the right arm, press, return. Sit it up slightly, weave, lean back, press, return. Holy obliques, I feel this so much. Rest of my body is stable. My tailbone is rooted to the floor. My feet are rooted to the floor. Shoulders are staying down away from the ears. Exhale to press. Good. Inhale, sit up slightly, lean back, push, return. Let's go for 4. Yes. Woo, so challenging. Take your time. 3, slow it down. And press, return. Here's 2. Push, return. Last one here. Hold it. Option to take that opposite arm nice and long. Tuck under a little bit more. Press for 4. Press for 3, 2, 1, and done. Go ahead, sit it up. Set your weights off to the side. Scooch up towards the top of your mat so you have space to come down. Flex through your feet, reach your arms long. Big inhale. Exhale, roll down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Go ahead and bend your knees. Walk your heels in towards your glutes. Lift your heels up, come to the ball mounds and the tippy toes. Bring your elbows nice and wide. Press your low back flat to the floor. Hug your ribs in. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, chest curl. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So imagine a giant beach ball resting from the middle of your chest to your navel, and you're trying to round up and over to see over that horizon, over that beach ball. Right, so we're rounding of the spine, lifting up the shoulders as we press the low back firmly into the floor. Go for 5. Exhale, lift 3, 4. I can count, I swear. 3, 2. Last one, add a march. Right foot comes up, we tap it down. Left foot comes up, we tap it down. We're almost there, so stay with it. Flowing from one movement into the next, because we wasted no time here. This is our golden hour, or our golden half hour, or our golden 15 minutes, whatever it is for you today. That's what it is. Stay with it. Let's go for 5. Exhale, lift 4. Here's 3, 2. Last one. Good. Let's bring both feet up. We're going to tap elbows and knees. Lift the tailbone slightly. Open the elbows, extend the arms. So we hug everything in. It's a little hip lift and extend. And open, extend. And open, extend. Good. So tuck the chin in and then lift the chin up, bringing the gaze up to the ceiling. Woo, this is a burner. Go for 4. And 3. Here's 2. Get that tailbone up. Last one. Hold it long. Reach the arms long. Flip the palms. And start to pump. This is your grand finale. Heels together, toes apart. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Option to bend the knees. Option to drop the feet down to the ground if you need to. Good. Pick the chin up, bring the gaze up. Reach through the toes if the legs are extended. Reach through those arms. Breathe here and pump for 10, 9. You can do it. 8, 7, 6. Reach 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Tuck it in, rest it down, knees to chest. Nice work. Rock side to side. Woo! Massage that low back. Bring hands to kneecaps. Circle your knees out to the right, forward, and then up to the left, and the reverse direction right away, out to the left, forward, and up through the right. And just continue to circle alternating directions, massaging that low back, flushing out any tension there. Good. And then hug the right knee and lengthen the left leg nice and long. Draw your right leg across, find your twist, arms come wide. Stack your right hip on top of your left. Option to extend that right leg, kicking through your heel. That feels good for a deeper stretch through the hip, the side of the leg, and the low back. Good, bring it all the way back in. Back to center, reach the right leg long, hug the left knee in, give it a nice squeeze. Stack the left hip on top of the right, coming to your twist, option to extend that leg, kicking through the heel if that feels best. Deep breath in, full breath out. Bend into your knee, come back to center. Find a butterfly stretch, soles of the feet together. Knees come out wide, let your back arch, let your rib cage flare, let your abdominal wall sort of open, and then reach your arms up overhead, deepen that stretch. Really try to arch to the back, lengthen through the front of the body as you open up through the hips. Deep breath in, full breath out. Good. And then draw your hands to the backs of your thighs, help to lift your knees back up to center. Pull your knees into your chest, draw your chin into your chest, and start to rock along the length of your spine, massaging your back until you're ready to rock up to a seated position. Coming to the center of your mat. Good, take your right arm out to the side and then draw it across your chest. Hook your left elbow on top of your right. Help to guide your arm further across as you look over your right shoulder. Now drop your shoulders down. Feel a stretch here through the shoulders, the upper back, and the neck. Good, and as you come back through center, bend your right elbow, grab for your right elbow with your left fingertips. Good, and then draw down a little bit of pressure through the back of the right arm to stretch through the tricep. And then take your stretch over to the left to take a side body stretch, lifting up and out of that right hip. Keep your chin up. Good. Back to center. Release your arms and switch sides. Left arm comes across, elbow hook on top. Drop your shoulders down. Guide your arm a little further as you look over your left shoulder. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Bend into your left elbow. Send your left hand behind you. Right fingertips to your left elbow. Press your head back into your forearm for a deeper stretch here. Relax your shoulders down. And then take it over to the right, lifting up and out of that left side body, keeping your chin up. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good. And then take it back to center. Maybe a couple arm circles here. Just moving through that shoulder joint. Good. And then big inhale, take your arms up. Draw your hands together, place them down in front of your chest. Take a moment here to breathe. Thank your body, thank yourself for all of your hard work. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.